Good morning, everyone. So today we will start the visa process for Hungary. Uh, Earlier in 2011 to 2012, Hungarian embassy was authorized to issue the visa for Latvia and Estonia. So in 2013, Estonian embassy has opened in India, and in 2014 February, Latvian embassy has been opened in India. So before than that, Hungary embassy was authorized to stamp the study visa or any kind of other visas on the behalf of these two embassies for India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Bhutan. Now, first we'll talk about what all documents is required for Hungary student visa requirement. Valid passport with at least validity of 3 months, and should be approximately 2 to 3 blank pages as well. 6 recent photographs with 35 into 45 mm size, white background, and 80% face cover as usual for the Schengen country. Visa application form which will be filled by Indo-European Visa Department. Dummy ticket. Visa fees payable in cash. It's 4,800 rupees as per now, but in case like any student is going to Hungary, do not forget to ask visa department about the visa fees, as it may change as well. Currently it's 60 euro. If we talk about in euro, it's 60 euro. Covering letter, statement of purpose, admission letter, tuition fees TT copy, confirmed accommodation, health insurance is required for 1 year. Here, an important thing, that student will have to apostille his each and every academic documents 10th onwards. 10th certificate, mark sheet, 12th certificate, mark sheet. If he is going for masters, then bachelors, and all the mark sheets in case student doesn't have consolidated mark sheet. So this means every single academic documents should be legalized by Ministry of External Affairs. Student will have to submit 2 sets of documents in embassy. Please bring all your original academic documents and your work experience letter if you have any other type of embassy interview. If you have any like gap in between the education, then student will have to submit a work experience as well to fill the gap. Embassy will not keep the original documents. However, they will check the original documents and return back on the same time at the time of visa interview. Police clearing certificate. Again, it should be apostilled by Ministry of External Affairs. English proficiency certificate or proof of medium of instruction was in English. If we'll talk about the financial parts, student will have to show approximately 5 to 6 lakh rupees in his bank account. Okay, for Hungary, 1 day old fund is not acceptable. Running income should be there. It should be minimum 6 or 3 to 6 months old. Amount should be minimum 3 to 6 months old. Student will have to present, in case like anybody is going to sponsor, as third parties can sponsor the student. So in case anybody is going to sponsor the student, he will have to present his financial supporting documents for the student, like his bank certificate, bank statement, income tax return documents, affidavit of the sponsorship, etc. These are the basic requirement of the documents. If we will talk about the charges part, then 9,000 rupees for insurance for 1 year, dummy ticket for 1,000 rupees, apostille 1,700 rupees for other certificate, or 3,000 rupees for the degree. Visa fees 4,800 rupees, and it may change, depends upon date. these are the important points that visa application form should be filled very carefully. All the information should be mentioned on the visa application form. All the documents mentioned above should be in A4 size only or should be translated in English language. Suppose any student who belongs to southern India or his like certificate is in another language, then student will have to translate it in English. Visa processing time 1.5 month approx. Original sets of documents are required and student can carry one set of photocopy for safer side, but embassy will take one set only. As informed, embassy will only check the original documents. However, they will collect the photocopies of the student documents only. So these are the charges and the documents. Processing chart I have not uploaded till now. Student will have to submit confirmed accommodation in Hungary. In case university is not going to provide a confirmed accommodation in university dormitory, student will have to find his personal accommodation in nearby university. Hotel reservation will not work for Hungary. In case any student friend who is residing in Hungary already and he is providing his accommodation proof, in this case his main applicant student friend need to be provide his photo ID proof in Hungary or his resident permit card over there. So these are the basic information for Hungary student visa. For the documents part and for the charges part, there is nothing much about Hungary in a study visa. Let me know if you have any query related to the documents part or charges part. Spouse, if we'll talk about for in Hungary, spouse is not allowed in Hungary, and student can work part-time 20 hours per week. Well, we have a question from Hamid. Joint account will work or not? Yes, joint account will work, but in case only if student is like showing the joint account with his sponsor. Suppose his uncle is going to sponsor the student, and so joint account cannot open with uncle. So in this case, joint account will not work. But in case student father is going to sponsor the applicant, and father is having joint account with his son, then in this case, joint account will work. Question from Dr. Saraswati about the wages, part-time wages. Well, student can earn €2 minimum in Hungary and maximum €6 as well. Hungary is a country where students get the part-time job very easily, and part-time jobs are available in Hungary in the IT department, IT or industrial or call center or airport or shopping malls, etc. These are the places where student can get the job very easily. However, keep this in mind that in case student want to work in the local area, they need to know about the local language as well.
We have a question from Malathi. Travel insurance 30,000 euro. It's equal to Indian money. Well, Malathi, 30,000 euro is not a money that Indian student need to show in his or her bank account. This is the amount that will be covered by 1 year insurance by the insurance company. So in case student will have to show 30,000 euro or 50,000 US dollar equal to a insurance, it's a travel insurance basically. So it will cost in Indian currency, it's approximately 9,000 rupees. 8,963 rupees is the actual cost. So we collect approximately 9,000 rupees around figure from the student. We have another question from Mona. If the student shows only education loan sanction letter and doesn't show any other fund, then will it work? Yes. In case student is showing the education loan, and then it will work. But however, you student cannot reliable on the study loan for each and every time. So in case student is showing approximately 1 to 2 lakh also in his or his sponsor bank account, that will be enough for the visa purpose. We have a question from Surekha. How about the job opportunities? As I informed you, Surekha, jobs are available in Hungary as well. Uh, Jobs are basically the it's like multiplex or malls, IT departments, industrial areas, call centers. These are the areas where part-time jobs are available for international students only. Any other question? Any question? Any other question, please? Student will have to present his file in embassy. At the same time, student will have to give the biometrics, the fingerprints as well, and eye scanning. Uh, Question from Dr. Saraswati: Is visa interview at Delhi? Yes. Just because Hungary embassy is available only in New Delhi, there is no any consulate in southern India or the eastern or western India. So every student will have to present in New Delhi only for the visa interview. We have a question from Harmeet. Spouse can work or not? Well, Harmeet, I informed you that spouse is not allowed in Hungary, so of course they cannot work. We have a question from Ratnam about post-study job search visa in Hungary. Well, I have not searched many things about Hungary, but I believe it's 6 months after post-study work visa, post-study visa, 6 months. There are two intakes in Hungary, September and February. Kusum has informed that September is the biggest intake for all the Schengen countries, and very few courses are available in February intake. We have a question from Paramjeet. Suppose, say, if student goes for bachelor, so 1 year fund required for visa purpose or 3 years? See, in case student is going for bachelor's or for master's, in case they are showing 6 lakh rupees in the bank account and they are paying 1 year tuition fees, that would be sufficient for the bachelor degree program students. Question from Dr. Saraswati: what are the important documents that student can submit for apostille charges? What are the important documents? Well, Dr. Saraswati, I think you are talking about that what all documents is required for apostille. All academic documents are required to apostille after 10th onwards. 10th certificate mark sheet, 12th certificate mark sheet. Student is going for bachelor's, then master's, then bachelor's degree or provisional, and mark sheets as well. In case student is having consolidated, then mark sheets are not required to apostille. And police clearance certificate is also required for apostille. In case student is having name change like in 10th certificate and in the passport, then again student will have to present a name change affidavit certificate, and it should be legalized or apostille by Ministry of External Affairs. If you are asking about charges, then charges are 1700 rupees per page, except degree certificate. Degree certificate will cost 3000 rupees. Any other question, guys? Well, we have a question from Daljit Khanda branch about the universities and college names. I'm sorry, Daljit, but unfortunately, I'm not very much aware about the university and colleges names in Hungary. I belongs to visa department, and doesn't matter student is going to which country. I'm the concerned person for visa part. And in case you are you have any query related to university, related to their courses, you can contact to Arpita or admission department to know everything. They will help you out. We have another question from Dr. Saraswati. How much the student can pay for the accommodation confirmation charges? In case we will talk about the living expense of Hungary, it will come around 500 euro approx. In this 500, student can get the accommodation, living, fooding, lodging, everything. Hungary is one of the country where part-time jobs are available, like maximum numbers of part-time jobs available. It's one of the higher part-time job available country in all the Schengen country. We have a question from Paramjit Kaur regarding accommodation. Any other documents required from Hungary citizen, like say accommodation address, sponsor letter mentioning other details too? Does they have to show employment proof, income proof? Well, Paramjit, I already given this answer that in case student is not getting the confirmed accommodation in university dormitory, and his or her like a friend who is residing already in Hungary, and he is arranging the accommodation on behalf of the student, that his friend to show his address proof, photo ID proof, or the resident permit card. He doesn't require to show any income proof, just because he is not going to pay the living expense of this main applicant. This is the applicant who is going to pay his accommodation charges also. Doesn't matter to the university or to his friend or to any other rented apartment. So his friend need to show only his photo ID proof or the resident permit card from Hungary and the address proof where they are residing. In case his friend is also residing over there in a like a rented property, then he need to show the rent agreement over there as well. Another question from Mona Dayal. If student is having a long gap in his education, then will it affect visa chances? Well, Mona, it will affect any Schengen country. In case, suppose any country student is going and he doesn't, you know, require, and he is not submitting the required documents, which is, completing the gap of the education, it will create a problem from any Schengen country except Latvia. In Latvia as well, a student will have to, tell to a visa officer that what they have done in the, meanwhile, in the gap time. But in case a student is going for Hungary and education gap is more than 1 year, then student will have to present a work experience or any documents which can prove that what basically student did in last 1 year, 2 years, or 3, 4 years, whatever. Another question from Sangeeta. Airport pickup facility available or not for Hungarian student? Well, Sangeeta, airport pickup always depends upon university. In case university is providing airport pickup, then it's okay. In case they doesn't have this facility, then student will have to pick a cab from airport and go to the university international office for the registration. Airport pickup always depends upon university. Any more questions? We have a question from Suchindra. Student get initial RP visa or 1 year? Student will get visa from India only, and once they will reach in Hungary, they will need to apply a resident permit, and they will get the resident permit card in Hungary, which will valid for 1 year. So, any other questions from anybody? Well, we have another question from Sagita. A student need to carry which documents while traveling to Hungary? Well, in case student is going to Hungary or any other country, student will have to carry, uh, sorry, offer letter copy, acceptance letter copy, tuition fees paid receipt, any other documents which is related to university and given by university, all the academic photocopies. In case a student is having work experience, then work experience copy, a few loose photographs, approximately 10 to 15, and depends upon countries weather condition. It's if it's like a condition is like Latvia or Estonia, then woolen cloths are required, maximum numbers. That's it. Any other question? In Hungary, in case university is providing airport pickup, then student will have to present air ticket 1 week before minimum, not 3 or 4 days. Minimum 7 to 8 working days. Any more question, guys? I think all the queries had sorted. So now I'm going to close the session here itself. So thank you very much for your presence. Thank you.